In this video, I will show you how to open a side pane within a model driven app. Now, the side pane can contain many different types of content. Now, the one which I'm going to show you currently, which will be of type custom page. Now, what is a side pane? So, a side pane is a content area within the say right hand side area over here within your model driven app. Now, as you see, we already have one Copilot icon over here. So that Copilot icon is getting surfaced through the side pane. Now, what if I want to show something over here custom within my model driven app? Now, that custom value can be anything. It can be a entity list, it can be an entity table, it can be a web resource, or maybe this time I'm going to make use of custom page. Now, I have custom page within my model driven app. So if you don't know what a custom page is, like if I click on this custom page airlines, this is a simple custom page. This is a fancy custom page, and I've created a page. Now, if you don't know how to create a page, you can navigate to whatever solution you have created for your model driven app. And then from there, you can just go ahead and click on new and go to app and click on page. Now I have few custom page created. Okay, so if you go towards the pages, I can see I have custom page airlines, TC app, model app airlines, plain page, and warnings. Now, if you see the warnings over here, this is one of the custom page which I have created. Now, what if I want to show this custom page in that model driven app? Yes, for that, you may need to write a simple piece of code, a JavaScript code, attach that JavaScript code to the load of the model driven app contextual record. And once that is linked up, you should be able to load the uh, page. Now, this is my page. Okay. So this is basically a page which I have created, and it has some information about some warnings or about the weather event. Now, let me go to say model driven app over here. So this is a model driven app. What I want is a pane, a side pane to load up, and then that side pane will be able to uh, display that custom page. For that, we will go into VS Code, and let me close all the code over here, and let me write model side pane .js. And here we will write a simple JavaScript, and that will refer to the XRM object. So XRM dot app dot side panes dot. So we are going to first create a pane. So we're going to create a pane, and this will be like the whole logic. This is just, we are just calling one function create pane, but create pane will ask for some parameters, and the parameter is basically say title. What should be the name of that pane? So I will call this as that was something called as a weather event, so I'll just call it as weather event. And I need to specify the image source of the icon. So the icon which gets displayed in the side pane, I will just keep it blank as of now, but I will show you how to extract that value. Then whether we want to hide the header, so there are multiple parameters which we can pass. I will show you most of the possible way. So hide header false. And then this is an important thing, pane ID. So this is the unique identifier of the pane, and I will call it as maybe Girish pane 001. Now remember, if you have 5 pane within your system, all the 5 pane should have a unique identifier. So if you have another pane, Girish pane 002, then 00345, you can pick up whatever number, but then it should be unique. Can we close that pane? Can close. I will call it as true. Yes. So if you specify this value, you can see an X for closing the pane. And then whatever width you want. So I'll just say width as 700. And then this, if this all succeed, then I will say dot then, and then you can pass the pane object, and here you can use the arrow operator. Through the arrow operator you can specify various things. Now here dot then pane, so let me remove this place over here. And here what you need to do is you need to specify pane dot navigate. So once you load that pane, you need to navigate to that particular custom page. Now here you put a curly brace and specify what type it is. So page type is custom. So this is a custom page, and the name of the custom page is something. Okay. So this is our piece of code. So let me just beautify it a bit and format document. Okay. So control minus, and this is the piece of code. So xrm.app.sidepanes.create pane title, image source, which we will shortly put the web resource linking, hide header false, pane ID, can close width, and then you are passing that pane, and then you are specifying to navigate to that specific custom page. So we need two things: custom page name over here and the web resource name. Let's go and fetch that. So So what we have decided, we are going to use a custom page which has been already been created. This is that warnings page, and we will get that name from pages and see this warnings. Now you cannot just type in warnings. You need to pick up the name value, which is gcop underscore warnings B23A4. Gcop underscore warnings underscore B23A4. Yep. And the web resource, you can pick up any icon you want. Now here I may have some icon. So let me pick up signal high. So I have this icon gcop underscore signal high. Now there is a format which you need to specify. So gcop underscore signal, and I think it's underscore high. No, gcop underscore signal high. So that's a web resource name. Now there is a format to specify the web resource. So first what you need to do is specify web resources as the root level and slash, and then specify this. Now this is our code. This is our simple piece of code. Now I'll just copy this piece of code and go into the application. So let me pick up this application, say model driven app, and I'm under the context of airlines. Now you can take that JavaScript code and attach it to model driven app and then execute it, but I'm gonna show you how to do that in a browser. So I'll just go into the developer tools, and from here I will paste the code. And now as you see over here, it has loaded this weather event page, right? Now if you see, it has picked up this width, okay, because we have specified maybe I think 600 or some 700, and that's why it has picked up this width. Now we have an option to make this smaller as well. Now you can make this smaller in the canvas app, in the page itself, the custom page, or maybe you can specify within your piece of code that hey, it is, if it is not fitting proper width within the panel, you can again execute that same piece of code. So I'll go to more tools, developer tools, I'll paste that same code, but this time instead of 700 I'll say I want it to be a bit bigger. And remember, if you have two panel, all the panels should have a unique ID. So I'll just say 002, and I will make the icon instead of high, medium, so that I can distinguish between that icons. Now, when I say icon means this one. This is coming from a web resource. Now, this one was signal high, but I've changed it to signal medium. Now, if I execute this code, I should see another panel loaded over here. So as you see over here, oh, we have spelled it incorrectly, and that's why it has come with X over here, but it has picked up the width nicely. So if you see over here, the width has picked up nicely, but the icon has not come properly. Let me go ahead and again paste it, and this time I will properly put the icon name signal medium, and this time I will make it as say 500, and the unique identifier, this is the third panel, so I'll make it 003, and I don't want people to close it, so I'll make this as false. Now, when I make this as false, what will happen is the icon which you see over here to close this pane will not appear in this third pane. For the first two, it will appear. So let me press enter, and this three item will get populated. So the first one will have a close icon, second one will have a close icon, the third one will not have a close icon. But you have an option to maximize and minimize the pane, and you can work towards that. So that's it, folks. This is how you basically show some information as a side pane within a model driven app. Now in this case, we have picked up a custom page to show in the content area. Thanks for watching.